so you kind of gauge where you standing on that. So let's just give it people a moment, and I'll show your hand.
What?
My phone's not gonna die today. Oh, mine's got battery. Yeah. I don't know
Yeah.
how the hell that happened.
All right, Payman, go. C. Reaction that result in synthesis of the large biomolecules. Sam, is that what you're picking too? E. Reaction that require net input of energy, a reaction that result in synthesis of large biomolecules. So what do you guys we should do between C and
Did you forward it?
E? Okay, who's in favor of C? Raise your hand. Okay, okay. And then E? All right. Why is E the better answer? You were right. I mean, the anabolism is definitely a building of molecules, but that does require input of energy.
Oh, yeah.
But you both still getting your credits. All right. Johnny?
Glucose or B?
Glucose. Everybody's good with that? Yeah, for sure. What?
For sure.
And I'm writing down brain instead of Johnny. It's like, what?
You need some glucose.
Brain and glucose. Gluconeogenesis, very important term to know. Fatima? I can hear you. C. Creating glucose from glycerol, amino acid, or lactate. What do you guys think? A lot of hands go. And this could be anything. I could have written fatty acid, amino acid, proteins, right? I mean, anything that's not an originally simple sugar as a source would be gluconeogenesis. Brian?
D,
Lipolysis.
Because it's so bad. Oh.
Sanjita? When glucose level rise, insulin is released. What do you guys think? Ismail? Which one? C?
B.
B? B, okay. They cause the body to burn calories from non-carbohydrate sources. What do you guys think?
Yes. Okay. Tripping me up over there.
Nardos? A. Artie? All chemical reactions that take place within organisms, what do you guys think? Good job. Johnny?
I think it's urea. D.
Uh-huh.
D.
Urea. Alternative decision. So liver and skeletal muscles store glucose in the very quick release form called, Brian? Glycogen. Steven?
E.
Beta oxidation, yes? Who remembers the alpha cells? Nardos, no? Michelle? Huh? Wait, what did I just do? Oh, okay. Alpha cells produce renin. Nardos? Glucagon? Johnny?
Glucagon.
Which cells produce insulin? Tyra? Tyra says absorptive state. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Ismail says, hands up. What's the alternative name for that state? Fat.
Okay, that's what threw me off, because I was like,
Yeah. But also the absorption takes place. Nardos? Which one? E. Break down a food into particles small enough to cross epithelial cells. What do you guys think? Have to do that, right? If we want to get that into circulation. Secretion now? Fatima? Brianda? Secretion. Release of substances into the lumen. What do you guys think? You like it? Imani? Large intestine. Are you guys on board with that? Good job. Chief cells. Chief. Elisa? Hydrochloric acid. What do you guys think? Bayman? Oh, which one are you gonna circle on the scantron? Chief cells. Michelle? Chief cells, the xenogen.
What's up? She didn't. Yeah.
Just give me credit.
Now G cells. Stephen?
B.
Gastrin. G for gastrin? Yes. How are you guys doing? Are you answering most of the questions?
Yeah, I think so.
The body movements vary from. My favorite part, not to embarrass you, but when you guys do an exam, it's really funny because from here, everybody makes different, like how they go about thinking. It's just so fun. But keep on doing it. That's very cute. Stephanie, you're very animated.
Yeah, I always am like.
Oh, the questions. Almost can read your mind. Lisa? What do you guys think? Parietal cells release HCl, and then the pancreas releases the bicarbonate? And of course, the large amount is important, right? Because some bicarbonate is produced in the stomach, but the large amount, that's where the neutralization of the chyme needs to happen. Because if you guys recall, the enzymes of duodenums and pancreatic enzymes do not work in acidic environment. So you need to throw a tons of bicarbonate to change the pH back to neutral. Amylases. Christy? E? Salivary glands in the mouth and pancreas and intestine. What do you guys think? Any other options? Angel? A, salivary gland in the mouth. So what do you think? So both say salivary gland, and that's correct. But what about pancreas? Does the pancreas mix its own amylase? Yes or no? It does.
My pancreas is everything.
Yeah, it's okay. As long as it works on the exam. Steven, your favorite, carbonic anhydrase, and so is Kate's. Ismail? Lower pH. So that means more hydrochloric acid will be produced, right? Okay. What do you guys think? What's the carbonic anhydrase does? Like, what does this enzyme catalyze? Conversion what to what?
I'm sure it converts the hydrogen ions.
If you block it, you get less hydrogen ions, right? Because it breaks down the water and CO2. So then you're actually going to have less hydrogen concentration, and that will increase the pH. Viv? What do you guys think? Oprah, what do you think? Secreted by hepatocytes and made by gallbladder. I mean, made, secreted. It's just an A. Because made is, to me, it's same as secreted, no? We could say stored in the gallbladder, right? And that would have been a good answer. Because the gallbladder is the storage. So people who don't have gallbladder, how do they go by? Breaking down the lipids. Because remember, the bowel salts will emulsify the lipids, right? Yeah, it would be the stomach emptying will kind of get the liver to release the bile, but it will never be that same quantity because it's not stored, right? And so they do have to be very careful about like not overloading with the fatty food because that's where the main function is biles, right? The emulsifying fats. So I have quite a few people that I know they have to like be very careful once they have something very fatty. Ooh, major indigestion. All right. Enzymatic digestion of fat involves tada, which breaks down tada. Bateman? Lipase, triglycerides. Good job. Whoa. Hold on. I think I have maybe more. I thought I had So I do have the one that I put together with the chapter 26, but the first portion is 22, 20, and 22 and 21. But I'm kind of worried that I may have messed up and have the same questions. Hold on, let me just quickly check. Oh no. Well, not all of them. No, quite a few of them. All right. Tubes, uterus, and upper vagina. Do we like that?
Yes.
Yes. And what would allow, Brianna, correct. What would allow, what needs to happen for the Mullerian duct to be allowed to be developed, I guess?
Isn't there AMH?
So this is anti-Mullerian hormone, anti-Mullerian. It will not allow. So what would made it possible for that to the absence of AMH, which means the absence of what? SRY gene on the Y chromosome. So if we go from the high up, it would be Y chromosome, right? SRY gene on the Y chromosome, developing the testes and producing a anti-Mullerian hormone would be all bad for the Mullerian duct, right? So we cannot have the Y, which means that when I don't know if that will relate or not, a very long time ago, like 20, 30 years ago, when I was first reading about Mullerian duct and a wolfing, I was trying to remember that. My brain went to Marilyn Monroe for some reason and said Mullerian duct, and then the wolf. It was like a wolfing like that. That would be the guy part. I was like, I don't know what the wolf. And I was just remember this came up to me. I was like, okay, I guess that works for me. All right, so I got Brianda. Keep going. Ryan? So FSH initiates sperm production in testes. Okay, do we remember FSH, LH? Are we agreeing with that? I like how you always go like this. Good job. So that's Ryan. You guys wouldn't know that yet. Never mind, skipping. You knew it? Oh man. Ismail?
See.
Gametes produced by gonads. Do we like it? Good job. Bateman? Continues throughout life. Mitotic. Okay. So what do you guys think? Nardos? It just depends on the gender, so have to review that slide. Sorry, you probably don't, I didn't use the word retestis, sorry, confusing you, but. Money? Seminiferous tubules. Oh, that's the same. Again, we didn't really do that yet, female, but you can try. Oprah? Who's answered? Sanjita? D? That is correct. Even though we didn't cover that yet, but I guess you guys know. You probably know that, but I'm gonna skip that. Should we go what we didn't talk about? Probably not, huh? You know? The principal hormone secreted by corpus luteum. What's a corpus luteum? Yeah, after follicle, after the egg is released, we'll talk about that on Tuesday, but, or maybe today. When the egg is released, right, and if it didn't get fertilized, we actually are going to have the corpus luteum producing a lot of progesterone to the point, and then if it didn't get fertilized, progesterone would be very important to prepare for implantation. If you do have a fertilized egg, but if not, then the corpus luteum will convert in something called what? Okay, you guys not gonna know that. You're not gonna know that. Oh, okay, looks like I have very few questions on the male part, but I can ask you a question. That is not a question of the day, but that's where it sits, but somebody could try, right? Just to get our juices going. But don't worry, it's not a mandatory question, but I'm just taking that from the question of the day, so I don't wanna get anybody worried. Just to use it up. So wait, let me see if that's the one that I want. Yes, that's the one I want. If I do have a question of the day at 26, I could use it, but I'm not. So you just can look at that and try to talk this. So Imani, only give me this one. Begins with expression of what gene? SRY. SRY gene on
the Y.
Y. Y chromosome, so that's that part. Female structure develops in the absence of, oh, sorry, it has to be a comma here. In the absence of, Christy? Yeah, well, we have to be a little bit more specific. Brianda? Yes, anti-Müllerian hormone. And the Müllerian drugs therefore developed to do that. Okay. Let's move on to